Most of the beginners, when they buy investment property, their main focus is to save money. How to save each single dollar. For that, they go for the low interest rate loan. When you go for a low interest rate loan, your borrowing power will compromise. And many of the people prefer to save their loan mortgage insurance. In order to save the mortgage insurance, they try to put 20% deposit or more. So which means they can save maybe 10,000 or something as loan mortgage insurance. That is the wrong thing many of the beginners are making. When you buy investment property, you need to consider this as business. For example, if you're buying a right investment property in the right location for 500k, just imagine you purchased a property for 500k in the right location. You can expect an average of 10% growth in 1 year time. 8 to 12 percentage, that means you can get an average of 10% growth if you're buying the right property in the right location, which means this 500k will grow to another 50k in 1 year time. Plus you can expect an average of 20 to 25k as rental income, which means indirectly you gained 75k. If you're buying the property by adding 10% as initial payment, and the stamp duty and other expenses will come 30-35k, depends on the location, which means initially you are putting 85k, and in 1 year time you are gaining close to 75k indirectly. So which means you got the initial deposit almost. This is how we need to calculate. But many of the people, in order to save the mortgage insurance, they put 20% or more when they buy their first investment property. And what is happening is they can manage to settle the property. After that, they are expecting that everything will go smoothly. We cannot predict everything. Sometimes your tenant may leave, you may not get rent for maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Sometimes you may receive any maintenance bill, you will get insurance, you will get council rates, invoices. So at that time you will stressed out because you already used all your savings to put that 20% deposit. So my strong recommendation to you, if you are a person who is planning to buy your first investment property, instead of putting 20% or using all your savings in that for deposit, try to put less initial investment, payment for the property, and try to save a certain amount in your offset account. Run this property without stress. Consider buying investment property as business, and don't try to save money by following the wrong strategy. That will give you stress. This is one of the biggest mistake people are making. Once they purchase the property, then many of the people are expecting that everything will go smooth. We cannot predict that. Maybe 60 to 80% people can manage like that, but few percentage of the people are struggling because they don't have backup. So if you are a person who is planning to buy the next investment property, make a backup plan. For example, 3 months repayments. If you have the 3 months repayment in your offset account, that will gives you stress-free life. You can manage that investment property without stress. If you manage your first investment property without stress, then you can plan to buy the second investment property and later third investment property. Otherwise, if you have too much stress by buying the first investment property, that will restrict, or that will, because of that, you cannot buy any more properties. So remember, real estate investment, it is a business. Consider this as business. Do not try to save money by following the wrong strategy. Think logically and take decision. If you like this video and follow my channel, share with your friends.